So it basically was what I said. He got too distracted.
Alexander! Alphino! Kaishia!
Oh god.
What are you doing here?
We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you.
Looking for me? Whatever for?
Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word, and bade us return you to her side.
What in the blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. Though I suppose she could have overlooked it. And when she gets an idea into her head... I can only apologize.
No harm done, Master Chai. But since we are here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you had been elected mayor, and from what we have gathered from the nearby villages, you've been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office?
Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Colusia. That much is true. But I am by no means sure... I am by no means sure I am the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, it would not be right to assume the role of mayor.
I see. And you believe said resources can be found here?
Indeed, the people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a fine mayor of me.
With respect, such forethought in itself is proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I am certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. Yeah, I wonder who it could be. Whatever you need, you can count on us.
I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it into Yulmore. But that dream's gone now. Burst like a bubble. Or a boil, more like. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alphino, I haven't a clue what to do with myself. Spent most days in a daze. But you've been running up and down, trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot of man gold, didn't you? How hard can mayoring be? You're going to steer Yulmore to a better future. I know it. And I want to help. Properly help. Do something that makes a difference. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is.
You give me entirely too much credit, the lot of you. But I can't deny it gives me heart. Come then, let us press on together.
Thank you, Master Chai.
But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Yulmore needs more than a man with good intentions. Which is why I'm here, to find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive.
Who is this man exactly? And are you certain he is here in Amity?
Rendon is his name, and yes, he is. Or was. I'd scarce begun to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to 4-3's father when he was in office. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left, and between them, They keep your lot on the road to prosperity. The city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him.
Interesting. But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him, here in Amity? They may be able to shed some light on the reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand.
Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Tristel then. As I recall, you made rather a favourable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to talk to us.
That's how I initially thought you might have been here, I see. According to Master Chai, this Rendon fellow occupied a position of considerable influence in Yulmore's leadership, which begs the question, why did he choose to leave? After seeing what it became, I reckon Yulmore could learn a thing or two from Amity about standing on its own 2 feet. Then again, so could I.
I realise it was me who suggested speaking with Tristel, but who's to say he will be any more receptive than Rendon? Why should any of them give me the time of day? Bah, there's no way to think about. To think. Ignore me.
Greetings, friend. And you too, Master Chai. I presume you're here to ask after Rendon. I couldn't help overhearing your earlier, exchange.
Yes. Well, with Vorthry gone, Yulmore wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city could very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel, in the hopes that we could build a better Yulmore together. And that is still my wish. But given how abominably you were treated there, I will quite understand if you choose not to help.
Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Yulmore, and I would not see you suffer for Vorthry's villainy. As you no doubt gathered from your meeting earlier, Rendon can be rather uncompromising. He has his principles, you see, and little patience for anyone who he deems less committed to their own. Your desire to right the wrongs of your past, of Yulmore's past, is quite admirable, but I fear your guilt. The guilt you bear on the city's behalf only works against you. I can see it in your eyes, in the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive, committed to this cause, and prove to him Yulmore has the resolve to change.
The resolve to change?
I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when he left. If you plan to go and speak with him, I suggest you be firm and clear in your intentions.
Very well. To Pit 8 we shall go, and I will not take no for an answer. Nay, not even a maybe.
Thank you, Tristel. Despite our previous, artistic differences, I do believe Master Chai means what he says. But until he starts believing it, I fear it won't amount to an awful lot. I never noticed that that's still there. Wow. So observant, aren't I?
Well, well, it's you again. Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
No, I didn't invite them, as it happens, though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine. but every true Yulmorans. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Vorthry's villainy, the famous warriors of darkness.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Vorthry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmore. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Vorthry was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you were content to wallow in indolence under Vorthry's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
I can offer no simple answer to that question. But this much I will say. It is my hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together. A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. It seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with Vorthry. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Yulmore for the people.
A Yulmore for the people. I'd rather like the sound of that. But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office. You would? You ask me to help you solve Yulmore's problems, but first I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
It remains to be seen if his words will translate into deeds, but I shall endeavor to keep an open mind.
Imagine it, a Yulmore that even a bloke like me could help to build. People cannot be brought together on the strength of high ideals alone. This I know from painful experience. Rendon was right to demand proof of Master Chai's commitment.
Right then. Is there a particular issue you would have me resolve? You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems Yulmore now faces. I assume you will agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food stores is the most pressing.
Ah, yes. Meal being neither a desirable nor less a sustainable option, I assume alternate foodstuffs are now required to fill the void.
And a man who hungers is not like to contribute much to society, save violence perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer, and I will consider offering you my counsel. A combination of measures which would seem to be in order. One to address the immediate issue of supply, and another that of production. Go on. For the present, Yulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. That would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, the long-standing neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade for foodstuffs must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbors, guarantee security and stability in the region, and most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up the rebuilding effort. My! Think of all that by yourself, did you? Well, yes. It began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago, after speaking with the peoples of Yulmore and the nearby settlements. You've impressed me, Chinese. Also, yeah, I've been pronouncing that wrong all this time. I have? Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet. Only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them the means to do so. A fair point, Rendon, and one which I have given much thought. I propose the use of Talos to aid in the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos? But Daedalus Stonework closed their doors years ago. Without a ready supply of the necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plans could be put into effect. Well, as the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, it just so happens that Talos are my field of expertise. And with a little help, I'm quite certain we could acquire what we need in no time at all. For the people! Do you see it? There is a fire in Master Chai's eyes that was not there when we first met. A fire we had best keep kindling if we wish to see Yulmore's change for the better. That Rendon geezer doesn't seem so bad. What was Master Chai worried about? He's got to give himself a bit more credit. You had a hand in constructing the giant Talos to the north, did you not? When the Yulmoran volunteers began arriving, I hid myself away, lest I be recognized, thus depriving me of what I am reliably informed was a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. Bugger. Finding good help. China's news. I've already forgotten how it was pronounced. Look of steely determination is only slightly undermined by the knocking of his knees. Rendon is quite right. Building Talos from scratch would require time we simply do not have. Which is why I propose making use of the long-abandoned Talos which wander the wilds of Calusia. They will need to be deactivated, of course, and if memory serves, the tools required to do so should still be at top rung. Come with me. Yes, sir. I mean, there are an awful lot of defective Talos about. Also, I can never remember if it's pronounced Talos or Talos. How do you catch a Talos then? Dig a hole in and lure it in? So, he is an authority on Talos, is he? What other surprises could he be hiding, I wonder? It is one thing to repair an immobile Talos, as Urianger did, but quite another to catch one. Surely. Does it not sound a trifle dangerous? An EMP could work. Or something like an electrical pulse. Aha! The old memory hasn't let me down. This chest contains canisters filled with a dastardly potent insulating powder, capable of halting the flow of ether in a Talos. Yep, EMP. We need only get within throwing distance of one and let fly. Thus disabling them without damaging them. Ingenious. An old trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, it should be a simple enough matter to get them to march to Yulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I would ask you to run along and do the deed. But as I have said before, it's high time we learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Thankfully, throwing a canister is something even I should be able to manage. Come off it, Master Chai. Even if the Talos ain't a threat, there's 101 things out there waiting to make a meal of you. That as may be, Kaisha, but Rendon tasked me with solving this problem, and I will not sit idly by while others risk everything to see my harebrained schemes realized. Not this time. Which isn't to say the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread. Truth be told, I can't feel my legs. But if I'm to prove I'm a man worth following, I must lead by example.
Well said, Master Chai. Hear, hear!
Yes, well, it should go without saying that I have no intention of dying for this. I have always preferred living to see the fruits of my labors. And to make sure I do, I will require your help. It is as Kaishia says, these lands are dangerous if one is not careful. I would ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beasts that could get in the way of my work. I will also need you to alert me when it is safe to subdue the tailors. Understood? Sure, I can do that. Good, then let's be off. To the quick way, through the north gate, and see if we can't find a suitable vantage point for you.
Ah, fair enough. When first he arrived, I could barely hear him over the knocking of his knees. And now this. I'm not sure what has gotten into him, but whatever it is, I like it. There is little point in us both shouting instructions. Keep him safe, Alex.
Alright, nothing to worry about. Just a simple matter of sneaking up on the tailors while avoiding the slavering, bloodthirsty beasts lurking behind every rock. Child's play. When you're ready, let us begin.
Either Master Chai is off his nut, or this means more to him than he's been letting on. Yep. Mini game time.
I must be careful. Perhaps it'd be best to approach from the rear. Oh, its back is turned.
Alright, so I meant to go on him. Right, I get it. Is that it?
I did it! I did it! Let's move on to another tailor, shall we?
Ba 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 ba.
Curses, it's not alone.
Calm yourself, old boy. Everything will be fine.
Please don't turn around. I do believe I'm getting the hang of this. You may leave the next one to me, Alexander. Ha-ha! That should do it. Now we have all we need to proceed.
Nice job.
Yosh!
Blimey! Whew. Thought my heart was going to stop for a moment there. Make that a couple of moments. Our friend returns with nary a scratch. Well done.
It would seem I misjudged, Master Chai. There may yet be hope for Yulmore.
I can scarcely believe it. It was reckless. It was a reckless, foolish plan, but somehow it worked. I did it!
Master Chai, I believe I owe you an apology. Your plan to replenish Yulmore's food stores showed forethought and sound judgment. What's more, it is plain your time at Daedalus Stoneworks has equipped you to lead, as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor of Yulmore.
I thank you for your vote of confidence, but the fact remains I am wholly ignorant of the world of politics. Which is why I would ask you to join me, and grant Yulmore the benefit of your counsel.
I would be honored. When the people behold these Talos, I have no doubt they will lend you their support.
It would seem Yulmore's leadership is at last in capable hands. Would you not agree? We should probably be getting back soon, Master Chai. After you've tinkered with the Talos and all that, Lady Chai's worried sick.
Right then, form a line and make for Yulmore.
What's that noise? Wicked White! Runaway Talos! Call the guard! Stay back! All of you! Is that... Darling, you're back.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see...
Yeah, the nearest I can't.
Oh! Oh dear.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, my darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending, instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Oh, how wonderful!
Dearest, please!